This is a tube right here that I'm cutting now. You can call it a tube roast. It's just like a tube, and you just trim that fat off of there. Let's go in there and come on the top. Like I said, you get all that stringy stuff off, and like I said, you get much fat off as you can. And there's the tube roast. Flip it back over. Now here's the, like I said, that gland I was telling you about earlier. You look in there, get it out of there. Now we got all that out of it. That's that gland in there. That's it right there. If you can see it, it's kind of gray, white looking color. It's right there. Get that out of there. Okay, now we're gonna go for this roast right here. We're gonna cut right along that bone. The bone's right there. And we're gonna come down. This right here could be what I call the pot roast or slow cooker roast, because it's got tendons in it. And you can't really cook it. It takes a long time to cook, but all this silver meat right here is not good to eat. It'll be real chewy, but if you put it in a pressure cooker, it'll take it right out of there. You won't have no problems with it. Okay, now we want to, there's the bone right there. So we want to get right alongside that bone and go down, just like that. On the other side of it, go down and around it. And I pretty much got the bone out of there. All this meat here is tendons and silver meat. But like I said, if you want to do a pressure cooker, you can cook all that in there and get it all out. But that's the actual bone. And I'll trim that up again and get the small meat out and make that my hamburger meat that I'm gonna grind up later. Okay. Like I said, we want to trim as much as we can off of this thing, the fat. Now we get into what I call my round roast. And it sits right here. Once I trim this off, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's just a big ball of meat right there. Get all that silver meat off. And see, this is my, what I call my round roast. See how big and round it is? And you want your meat kind of cold, because this fat right here will harden up. It won't be loose. It'll harden up for you, and it make you, it cuts, the meat will cut a whole lot easier when you're doing it like that. But there's my round roast. Now we want to get over here and get this, all this right here off, because that ain't nothing but fat and silver meat. So we just go in here and just start cutting it out of there. This right here is another small, what I call maybe a tube roast. And then it, oh, nice little chunk. That'll be part of my hamburger I grind up. Just go in here and cut the meat off and try not to get all that silver meat on it. This will be, like I said, part of my hamburger that I grind up later. I've been grinding up. I tried something new this year. I used a pork loin, diced it up real small, and took like a handful of the pork roast and a handful of deer meat and grinded it up. And man, it made an awesome burger. And then you just come in here and cube it, you know, something like that. That could be good stew meat that you make up. If you want to make a nice deer stew. And you can keep some of the silver meat on it, but I like to take it off because I don't like chewing it when I bite into a good piece of meat. And see, everything you get out of a cow, you can get out of a deer. And like I said, that's some of the best chunked up stew meat I haven't seen in a while. Ain't that nice right there? Nice stew meat. Stew meat for a nice bowl of deer stew. Now we got two more here. This can be another flat one right here. We got a nice flat piece, and we got silver meat and fat on there. So I'm gonna cut it off right here. That'll give me a nice flat steak there, flat roast. Then I'm gonna take my other knife, fillet knife, since it's long. Cutco gave me this part of my Cutco gift, but I like it because you can extend this knife out to almost 8 inches, and it's really nice when you want to fillet something. So I'm gonna take this and just lay it on the back flat side and go in here and try to go all the way through and get all that little silver meat off of there. And see, there's a nice roast right there. Nice flat roast. This will be my jerky meat when I trim that off later. But like I said, you get your fat off of there. And there's another strip of fat right there. We want to get that piece off of there. Because like I said, it'll be nice and chewy. And you don't want that when you're eating your deer meat. You want all that off of there. See, that's a nice flat roast right there. Look at that meat. Don's Butcher Shop in action, baby. Oh. There you have it. That's a nice roast. Square flat roast, I call it. All right, now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will be number 6 roast out of the ham we get in there. And like I said, you want to just trim that. Oh, silver meat on there. I don't want that. Trim it. Get all that silver meat off of there. And like I said, the grinder will help you out and take care of that. Chew it up for you, if you will. Now, I might be able to get 2 small round roasts out of this piece of meat here. I think I am, yeah. There it is right there, yep. See, this right here can be a nice roast for a small meal. Cook that up. Or pound it out and make a big Salisbury steak out of it. See, that's a nice little flat, round, small roast. Could be a big steak. Let's make some butterfly chops here. Okay, we're gonna take that meat, hold it up like that. You want to slice it halfway through, not all the way through this way, but come down halfway. Open it up. Now you can take that, pound it out, and make you a nice big steak out of that. Salisbury steak, I call it. So like I said, you want to trim this one up again, get all that little fat off. So I got all that fat. I want to take my knife again and do the same thing. Start on the corner, go down to that silver meat, and then just go across. Oop, missed it. So we'll start on this end. Lift it up a little bit and just go across there, and you can get all that silver meat off of there, just like that. See, now there's another nice little roast right there. Take that, get that fat off of there. There's a nice roast right there. Like I said, I'll take this and trim it again. And see, that can be my jerky meat. Or stew meat. But there you have it. All your roasts. Let me move this out the way. Maybe. Okay, there's one. There's your flat. There's your round. There's another flat. There's a big flat roast right there. And then there's my tube or long roast. And there you have it. All your different cuts of meat that I did out of one deer ham, deer quarter, hind quarter they call it too sometimes. And you got your stew meat right there. So there you have it on Don Outdoor Adventures, how to cut up your deer quarter or hind leg and make your different roast out of it and make your jerky meat. This would be jerky right here. This would be jerky. This would be, I think I'm gonna pound that out and make me a nice big steak with potatoes. Maybe throw some onions on it, you know, let it saute a little bit. And man, we're gonna have it after that. But there you have it. On Don Outdoor Adventures, how to cut up a deer, ham, or hind quarter in no time flat. Pretty easy, just follow these. Like I said, the hams are groups of muscles, and that's what you get all your different roasts out of it and different cuts of meat. So there you have it on Don Outdoor Adventures. We'll see you next time on Don Outdoor Adventures in the kitchen, cutting up deer, ham, and making roasts. Butcher shop is open. There you have it.